Hey everybody, this is not time for a proper intro. What this game is Loadout. I recently found out it's free to play. It was originally $7 when I looked it up last. Just gonna speed through this thing because waiting for the lobbies in this is a really long time. You get up to 60 minutes, or not minutes, seconds just to wait for somebody to vote on something. And this is what a game mode, for casual game mode. And you'll see why I mean very casual. As the match is about to start, we are playing Blitz mode at Fissure at Night map. Speed through this. And as you can see here, I have my loadout for the game loadout. Killamajig, healing stick, and some grenades. And as you can see here, we're starting off the game mode. And this is going to be a full gameplay / review sort of thing. So, and going into this battle, in the game loadout, you initially will start off in this particular game mode facing bots, because it is, in fact, very casual. Now, my loadout consists of a laser gun and a healing gun, hence the name healing stick. But the idea of this particular game mode is to capture points or flags around the map. You have to stand near the flag and protect it for the duration, and then once you take the point, there it is, you get points. And the first team to get to a certain fixed amount of points wins the match. Now, the whole premise of this game is just for making weapons and shooting things. There's not really much I would really want to learn about this game. I don't care for a story. All I want to do is shoot weird-looking dudes in the face that resemble that of a very, very angry, roid-raging Sylvester Stallone or a very fat, ugly lady. But that's not really the main premise of this game. You may have a small team versus another small team, but you have to help out your teammates by use of entirely custom weapons. As you can see here, you can press the E button to pick up weapons that are nearby. As you can tell, my original weapon was healing stick and the Killamajig. I had picked up somebody else's weapons, Awesomeness, and it did not fire when I tried to use it. Now you see here that I'm dead with one of the most gory, gruesome deaths ever seen in a video game, in my opinion. But I don't got time to look at that. I just respawned in like 3.5 seconds. Now, every time they take a point, we'll say that I could have been really pissed off trying to figure out how did this happen, but I'm already back in the battle, ready to go to the new control point that's already spawned up somewhere in the map. Now, as you can see here, I really utilize my use of my grenades, because it's very useful. You can switch out your grenades with healing grenades, disguise, anything else in the game really, and use them to your advantage. I, of course, I, of course, use my grenades a lot in this one gameplay. It's a little short clip, and then I just talk about the rest of this game. But this is not live. Don't think it is, because it's not. As you see, I utilize the grenades by throwing them at the point whenever I know there's a large amount of enemies on that point. Grenade goes out and just finishes them all up. And as you can see, I'm using the healing stick to heal up my buddies here. And in result, I will get heals, and I can overheal them and myself by using this gun. Because usually teams do not fix themselves. Well, you can't really fix a team up unless there's something I missed. But you can make a team, and most likely than not, you will have a team that does not have a healing item. So I'm always going to have a loadout with a healing gun, because look at that, you just save your teammates to get healing yourself. And it's just something to have that I'm really used to having as I'm playing Team Fortress 2 with the medic a lot. Just being able to heal teammates seems like a very good idea. See here, another brutal taser death. Yeah. But I don't got time to worry about that. Back in the battle I go, rushing to the point, knowing full well that my teammate there needs healing, and he is well outnumbered. But grenade clears that right up. As you can see, I naded 2 people in one go, clearing off the point. We win the point, and we just run off to the next one. We're not even halfway done with this particular match, because each match consists of, it's a very casual gameplay. So yeah, don't expect this to be like very competitive. There is a competitive game mode, but I'm yet to play it. I can see over in the distance there, they're taking the point, but I can get over there fast enough to save this thing, because this is Loadout. I have grenades everywhere. As you can see, I'm trying to use them. It doesn't work well enough to my advantage, but that doesn't stop me from killing somebody with something. No matter what, you get killed, but you have the fastest respawn I've ever seen in a game. Besides a custom thing in Team Fortress 2, but that doesn't matter. This is a very casual, almost fell down in the hole, very casual, very simple to do. They have overpowered weapons, but so do the other people, so you have to learn what they have. As you can see, 2 nades cleared off the point. I'm protecting it like it's my child, but sadly, I get fragged by a man with bad pants. And then I respawn instantly, running over to the thing, trying to save it. But do I save it? Will I, won't we? Will we, won't we? I don't know. Grenade to the face clears that right up. As you can see, this would be a good point to have the healing gun. Give overheals to your friends. You get points. Become a very useful part of the team. And we have a strange man here. No, he's dead. Always fun. You can tell he killed himself, and then we're getting attacked again. Middle finger. There we go. Then we just go to the kill cam, which you can skip at any point, or if you want to change your loadout, the option is always standard as mouse 2. So it doesn't really matter, though. Because you can instantly just shoot back into the game, but if you're working bad with a bad loadout, mouse 2, go back again, change your loadout, come back out, and you can probably salvage what you screwed up. Now, a lot of the weapons I will explain how they work, along with these interesting character designs, like they got different clothing than others. I'll explain this, but right now we are going to take another point. As you can see, we are starting to take a lead on them after being behind for almost the whole half of this match. I believe this is half, not sure, can't really tell because of the timer there. But going into a battle, if you have a healing gun, always give overheal to your buddies, because you'll in return get an overheal of some sort, and they will take more bullets. If that's not a reason to have a healing gun, I don't know what is. By the way, you will find health packs lying around the map, which will give you a 100% health boost, giving you all the way up to your full health once again. And you also find grenade packs of the same shape. They will be in an orange color instead of the green. As you can see here, we're taking the last point. And if you're playing against bots on the casual gameplay, they will always come up the sides there. As you can see in the minimap, I really don't utilize in any of my times playing Loadout, because I just never look up there. I never look at the map. That's why I'm always blindsided by an enemy. Like right there, he could be like 2 feet away from me. I'd be like, there, I'm not looking at you. But instead, here I go into a battle with my electric pulse killamajig gun and my healing stick, but no grenades, because I keep using the grenades. They're one of the most useful things you can have in this game. I'll have a whole bunch of people on a point trying to capture it, but a grenade to the face clears it right up. As you can see here, I was giving him heals, but all of a sudden, a red ring appeared in the middle of my screen. That means the healing gun I have overheated. And you will have to wait a couple seconds for it to be at its most maximum usefulness once it comes back. Now, of course, it cooled down. I am able to use it again. You can check the percentage up in the corner if you're using this type of weapon. And once you but the loadouts can be switched. Don't worry about it, I'll explain later. As you can see here, right here, capturing the point, taking the flag up the point, and the enemy has a chance to stop you just by standing nearby, causing a point destruction. And we're almost done with the battle. I believe this is the last point we have to capture. It's tied up, one more point in the game. And as you can tell, I am killed. WTF. But I don't have time to actually say that, because here I am in the battle once again. The final point is being contested. This is the balance between winning and losing. We have to run in here and stop this thing just by clearing this up. And look, we're done. I'm healing my buddies. We're getting a good go on this. It seems very just obvious that we're going to win this match at this point. And we did. Matter of fact, I, of course, have no idea of this, but I have been the most valuable player. That is me in the front. Good old Mr. Sun, because Sunshine just doesn't fit into the whole thing without taking off the E. As you can tell, the heals, buffs, whatever, you'll get more points that way. Now, we can talk about what is happening next. You have a level on your character, and this little number here is bloops, your money system. And you can take this money system to weapon crafting. As you can plainly see, they have multiple weapon loadouts, where you can build weapons using various parts and skills. Now here we have the Kilmajig. I have the standard cooling machine on, but I decided I have the money now, I can buy something to help cool it off much faster. It does make the damage rate on there much smaller. See here, once you buy a part, it'll subtract the total from what you own, much like in real life with the Steam thing where you just buy stuff using money. And here I am, I bought a weapon, back in the fight, doing a funny little dance to show that I know what I'm doing as a player. Now we run in, this is the collecting game match where you have one player out of the whole team going around picking up various objects, putting them in boxes. But your point, if you are not the collector, is to help defend or attack the other team. Now you have to defend your collector or attack the other team's collector, just to make sure they don't score points at all. And for those of you who really don't know what you're collecting, is these things. Middle finger. But this is later on in the match. I skipped a good part of it because nothing really happened. But this is mainly to show you what happens when you are the collector. If the other collector dies, you have a chance of becoming the new collector. When you become the new collector, your job is to go around picking up the plutonium shards. You pick them up and deliver them to the nearest box that has the score on there. Each delivering thingy, like you're the pizza man, you have to deliver the pizzas. Each one gives you your team 25 points. Each time you put one in, your team's closer to winning. As you can see down there in the corner, we have 4 people on the team. 25 plus times whatever. I am not good at math, don't ask me to do it. Each member on your team, once you collect one of the gems, each person on your team basically gets 25 points. So that was entirely just wrong. You just get 100 points for that, but you get 25 points for yourself. Ignore everything I said before. That was complete garbage. I'm just trying to sound smart for you people. Now, what I was doing here, I felt like it was basically cheating. No one was coming after me. I was just running around picking up the shards, throwing them in the crate. It's something I should have kept doing instead of do something stupid and run off into the battle, knowing full well that I am public enemy number 1 at this point. And we're middle fingering them. But now I have lost my chance to be the collector. Someone else is going to pick up that chance and be the collector. And once you are the collector, on a bot server, you're probably going to be public enemy number 1. If you're seen out in the public and not being seen by anyone else, you're going to get shot fairly quickly. And as you can see, I try and give heals to the main guy, but he just does not stand still. Apparently there is some problem with standing still and getting over heals from the guy, the only guy on the team with a healing gun. But that doesn't matter. I'm going into the battle where the guy isn't, because he's not being seen at this point. He doesn't have a problem with getting shot at. In fact, I just lost a leg there. Brutal face stuff. Just awful death animations. Just awful. If that isn't a reason to play this game, I don't know what is. And eventually, I don't know if I skipped the part or not, and yeah, I skipped it. We eventually do win the match, and I am not the most valuable player. However, I am number 3 on the team. There it is, me in the back with the Rambo-style haircut, and there I am. I scored a good amount of points being the collector for that one part, but I acted stupid and got shot. Now this is another game mode, Blitz once again. I believe on the same match, just for the idea of it. I had to work something out. Something came in the room and distracted me. I don't know why. Now I'm just going to give you the point of overheal. Whenever you have a teammate, you need to overheal them as much as possible if you have a healing gun. But while overhealing them, make sure you do not forget which weapon you are holding. If you forget which weapon you are holding, you could just waste your time shooting them with a weapon that's meant to kill someone while it does absolutely nothing. Or you could be shooting an enemy with the healing gun and have absolutely nothing happen to them. Now, my first reaction to this game, basically kind of like, well, this is got weapon loadouts, just people shooting each other, just gruesome kill cams. This is basically TF2 with a different art style. It's as far from TF2. Granted, you do have to you get to customize your characters, but they don't give you predetermined weapons and all that just so you can get it. You make your own weapons. Like in TF2, you have a good idea of what the other person might be. Oh, he has the force of nature. He's probably going to use the knockback to push me off of something, off the point or something. In this, you have no clue what the other person's using. Your best guess is probably the best one. And if you only have a full idea of what the other guy's using right after he's probably killed you with that exact weapon. Like for instance, my Killamajig gun, it's an electric plasma gun that is meant to electrify the other teammates and arc over to the other. It's meant to arc over to their teammates, and it's just meant to just cause a whole bunch of havoc among their other team. And the healing gun does not have that same effect. It's meant to be on a one-at-a-time thing, putting out the most output of healing while being most efficient. Now, I'll talk about efficiency in the weapons later in the video. Right now, I gotta talk about this because it's driving me nuts. This gameplay right here, and it was just taking points. It was like the other team did not exist. Our team was in perfect synchronization. Everyone knew I had the healing gun, so every time I was around some direction, they followed me because they knew full well that I had the gun that gave them health back. They knew if they left me behind, they would probably die fairly quickly. That was a good idea. I don't know why people don't do that in Team Fortress. Just something to add, and we win. Our team comes out victorious, and I come out number 2 most valuable player on the team. Of course, that doesn't matter because most valuable player is missing one of his elbows. Did I forget to mention this game is horribly gory? Now, another thing when making weapons, some weapons are better than others no matter what you do to them. If you have a weapon that has better damage but slower rate of fire, that will greatly affect whatever weapon you're using. It all depends on how effective your weapon is at killing. For example, whenever you make a new weapon, you can go test them out in the weapon area. This is a nice little map they give you just for testing out your ridiculous loadouts. Now, I have a 3-shot firing weapon called the Explosive Results. It has a weak rocket destruction rate. The rockets are fairly weak, but they fire 3 within one clip, so you don't have to reload. You can just be like 1, 2, 3, reload, 1, 2, 3. Just as simple as that. Sometimes more rate of fire can be more effective than just one giant blast of power in one go. And I don't know why you would think otherwise, like, oh, this thing has more power, it can just take them out in one go. Sometimes that's not the case. Sometimes you'll have one shot, but you have to reload. As I'll explain in this very next clip, I have switched it to a 1 firing rocket that is just much stronger. As you can see in the camera in the lower right corner, it was the 3-shot weapon. It killed my main target much faster than this one-and-done rocket launcher. So sometimes having a weaker bolt would be much more effective than having just a few more. Now, I took the Killamajig, altered it enough to a new weapon just so it'd have a different killing type. See how effective this is. Rate of fire is a much more effective way of killing people than just raw damage output. Prove me wrong, you can try. Argue with me, you won't. Just putting out a massive rate of fire on this gun would just destroy the enemy. You can have a gun that can shoot 3 rockets and take out 25 points each. You could probably finish off the guy that fast. But if you have something that fires 50 rounds that each one day just takes out 9, that will eventually add up and kill someone almost instantaneously. Now I come back and trying out the most destructive, surefire way to instantly take out someone in one go. I look at all the stats, see which one stacks up the most damage. Keep in mind, whenever there's an item, there will most likely be a negative effect from that one item. You may have a positive, you may have a negative. You have to go in there and make sure whatever you're doing is worth it. Now, each add-on will cause more of a charge on your weapon. So, as you can see here, 3 shots from my new enhanced Killamajig will take down somebody from full health. Of course, the firing on it is much slower. However, the reload, you can reload it one at a time. So if you're in a bind, you can just reload one and finish off the guy instead of having to wait the whole time to reload the full clip. You can put in one at a time. A lot of things are to be taken into consideration while building these guns. That's why 9 out of 10 moms recommend using the Killamajig to make sure their kids do their homework properly. And another thing, you can change the type of bullets you have. Like before, that was just standard artillery. Now I have plasma weapons that'll arc over to their other enemies. It can electrocute them, causing them severe pains and pacemaker problems. I don't know. Either way, it's going to hurt a lot. And you can also change the type of slug, payload, whatever. You can change how it flies. You can change the magazine. It takes different kinds of bullets. Like the high capacity one, yeah, you may have a whole bunch of bullets and it just fires like seemingly forever. But your bullets are going to be fairly weak. And rate of fire aside, weak bullets at the same rate of fire than just the name standard bullets is not really good. I mean, hey, you have double the bullets, but if they fire at the same rate than their counterparts with more power, what's the point of that? As you can see there, when shooting it from the hip, the aim is all over the place. You have to aim down scope with some of the weapons, otherwise it's just not going to work. Just not. This guy here, they just have a whole bunch of different things. This is to show you scenarios, like this dude's jogging, took out his face. And then you can just basically test what weapon would be more effective. You can see here I go back to standard because this would be the more effective thing. You take off the sniper barrel because it causes a less repeating fire. Now I'm back to almost stock and there we go, just dead. You gotta take into consideration you're on a team with more people, so you're not the only one shooting at them. You don't have to be a one-shot hero. I don't know if that means anything. I'm going to start that as a new phrase, one-shot hero. Just throw that around everywhere you can. And let's see if that gets spread around in the next year or so. Now, to close out this video, I think I'm going to this next transition. What is it? Yes, the loadout. So you have your character, 2 weapons, and the grenade slot. Now, let's talk about this character. If you want to make your dude look awesome, if you want to make him wear a ridiculous outfit, you are going to go to the outfitter. You're going to get some stuff on him, and this is just point of taunt. This is the free taunt you get on the game. This comes free. You have a whole bunch of taunts. Came just to screw the enemy, and just so many. Oh, and by the way, this one here is one of my favorite ones. Let's see it again. One more time just for me. Okay, now we're done. Bear in mind that getting a loadout look like this will cost you a good bit of money. As you can see, these things have prices. If you want to make your dude look crazy like this with a beer belt, you're gonna have to spend money on these coins, which, if you've ever had a game that had in-app purchases, basically is along that same line where you have to buy a package of coins. And apparently the most expensive one always is the most effective and economically well priced. I don't know why you would ever do this, but when a game like Call of Duty comes out where you pay $40 for the game and $40 more for DLC, what do you have to argue about? Toss the outfit, because I don't got the cash. Thanks for watching. This has been Loadout.